Briana, Aldridge, and Jett Beachum here at the Star for what is the first real Wednesday preparation practice. I feel like it's the first day of school. This is the first of the first of the first, but it is officially game week here. The biggest thing I want to start off to talk about is there was a theme that was announced, rooted, and from what you told me earlier, a little bit more simple than last season.
Yeah. Carpe Omnia was last year's. Again, Latin for sees everything. Really a lot more forward thinking. I think there was obviously a lot of excitement, a lot of expectations from last year.
Yeah.
And so this year, Mike McCarthy, again, going into his final year, his fifth year, rooted is the word that they're going with. Again, kind of staying where your feet are. I mean, it's what a cliche that athletes use all the time. Now, there was an analogy that went with it too. They talked about this bamboo that grows underneath the ground for 5 years, and then hey, it sprouts up to 40 whatever feet in 5 weeks. And so that's what the Cowboys are hoping happens in a really crucial year for the organization.
Yeah, that number 5 going into McCarthy's fifth season, so obviously very important. I thought it was interesting. He said he ideas stem from his father, all that, and keeping it simple. And he said, and it was on the sweatshirts that were revealed earlier today, getting better by 1% each day. I thought was important, especially having 4 rookies who are looked to be starting against the Cleveland Browns. That's not a small task coming up.
Yeah, we knew a little bit about the offensive rookies. I mean, obviously Achuma Adoga go down, so Tyler Garden steps up into it. Cooper Beebe was kind of the big one. Hey, who's going to get the starter at center? He is your starter, so now we have 2 rookies on the offensive line. Maybe the surprises are the ones that we see on defense, though. I mean, obviously you have Deron Bland's injury, so here comes Kalen Carson, and then Maris Leofau. I want to get his name right.
I've been practicing. Leofau, yes.
He is also getting a starting spot right now, at least over to Marvion Overshown, but a young linebacker core with those guys being 1- and 2-year guys.
Yeah, like you said, I think Leofau was, for me, the biggest surprise just because we saw Overshown really step into and made some really big plays, the small amount of snaps that he was able to get at preseason. So that, to me, something is to keep our eyes on, because me looking at rep counts and Overshown stepping in, that could, shift a little bit. Yeah, and then looking at Kalen Clarkson, I just like his attitude. Every time we talked about him, you nervous? Nope.
No. Yeah, you talk about a guy that has a mindset. This is a guy that's probably going to get lined up against Amari Cooper, someone Cowboys fans know very well, the 5-time Pro Bowler. You also got Judy, a guy that they traded for, and they got some good tight ends too. And then, you mentioned Deshaun Watson, who we didn't get to see much of last year. We don't know what he's going to be like. So Kalen Carson's going to have a lot on his plate this upcoming week.
Yeah, definitely a lot of unknowns when you're looking at this matchup, but I think that's what makes it so exciting. There's just like, hey, we got some young guys, and we're asking them to do some really big things coming up. One thing that Micah Parsons said earlier today that kind of stood out to me as well is he doesn't really have like a number that he's setting that he has to have sacks. I know everyone's like, can he match 14? Can he do it again? And he's not thinking about that. He just really wants to be the best player. And he said in the world. That's his mindset going into week 1.
Yeah, I mean, again, a guy that's, since he entered the league has finished top 3 in Defensive Player of the Year. Rankings, at the end of the year. He's a guy that wants, I know he wants to win it. I mean, let's get that out of the way. Micah Parsons would want to be the Defensive Player of the Year. But again, it's not about numbers to him. It's about impact. It's about people respecting him and understanding this is the best player in the NFL, not just defensive player. I think you're right. He does want to be the best player in the world, better than the Patrick Mahomes, better than the Tyreek Hills. And again, he today he used his own analogy when asked about Mike McCarthy's today. Talking about being a killer or being a hitman or being an assassin. And he wants to be the assassin.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's going to be, and he kind of promised us without giving too much away, that he's like, I promise you, you're going to see me in more positions, playing more positions than you've ever seen in the past. And he's excited about that because he can feel himself, I think, getting to the next level, whatever that level may be, because we already view him up here. But going again, week 1, asking you, what are you looking most forward to when we're talking about this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, for me, there's a lot of question marks when it comes to the Browns offense because you don't have Nick Chubb, so you're not really seeing this Browns offense that controlled the run game and controlled the time of possession last year. So I'm really interested to see what the offense does because you got guys like Myles Garrett going against Tyler Guyton. And again, Tyler Guyton's very confident because he's faced Micah Parsons, all off season, and so here he is just facing another top 3 guy in the league. So I'm really looking forward to that specific matchup, but also, the Cowboys offense, just to see how things get going is CD and Dak, are they going to have that same connection we saw all last year? That's what I'm looking forward to. What about you?
I think, honestly, I want to see how this is going to be the first time we really see Trayvon Diggs at full speed. Like you said, this is a pretty big matchup, and just like the Cowboys are, the Browns are also adding up on their offensive side. Parsons talked about having a lot of respect there, and he seems like he's like, if we could stop the run, that is going to be one of the biggest goals in this game. So a lot of unknowns. It's only week 1, and it's kind of hard to not be overreacting, but I'm sure that's what's going to be coming our way.